Bonjour everyone, Pentuf here today for a new video in which we are going to talk about the first ever tier 8 tank I unlocked in Tank Company, the T-62M. If I had to sum up the tank, I would tell you that this is a heavy put as a medium, because you find the armor profile that is just outstanding thanks to those spaced armor that you can find globally at the front part of the hull and on the sides of the turret. But at the same time, because when you take a look at the abilities with the gun, you just get something out of this world. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like with the Leo one, this one is the one that has the best DPM, and obviously it shows in battle because you will easily go to 7, even 8,000 damage with it without stressing at all. The only downside of the tank is the engine that, in my opinion, is not enough, or at least not enough before you use the right equipment, because when it comes to the supplies, if you put a turbocharger, for example, you will feel a little bit slower than the other mediums, but you will still go into the important positions, the aggressive positions, first line positions, pretty efficiently. For the other equipments I'm using on the T-62M, I'm first going for the ammo rack, which is a must-have on pretty much every single tank you can find, and at the same time the crew cooling system. But the crew cooling system is not working by itself, because the proficiency of the whole crew is increased by 2.5%, which means that all of your statistics will go up by 2.5%, but you need to couple that with two things. First, the adrenaline that you can find in the consumable supplies, and at the same time, when it comes to your crew members, you definitely need to go for the first skill, that is reactive training. And overall, all of those things I just showed you are doing the exact same thing, and they are cumulative, which means that in the end, it's like having an equipment that allows you to increase all of your statistics by 7.5%. And yes, it's broken. Now comes the time for us to jump into the replay, and I was quite happy with this one because it's a 10k damage game, and even if I got a little bit lucky on the end, and you're gonna see it, we still managed to rock that. So how do you want to play your T-62M? As I mentioned, it's a tank that has a great armor overall, and most importantly, something that has a crazy DPM. And you really need to use both of those abilities in order to max out the tank. So how do you do that? At the beginning of the game, you are going to see that, unfortunately for me, as I do not have the best gun depression ever, I can't allow myself to find an hull down position. Basically, hull down means that you only show your turret to your opponents. So instead of trying this, I'm gonna go into a position from which I have the high ground, because when you do so, you have the possibility of hiding in the back and therefore only showing your turret. And even if it's not necessarily clear what I'm telling you right now, do not worry, you are gonna witness it pretty soon. So for the moment, you see that the enemies kind of don't know where they go. To be fair with you, they are just waiting in the back, and it's not necessarily the greatest tactic. And they are gonna try to play aggressively pretty soon. Not a problem for us. All the time we focus on the low life targets, which is something extremely important that you need to do regardless of the type of tank you're playing with. And well, it seems like it's not going to be enough. Even if we are killing 2 guys by now, they are just outnumbering us. And I know that sooner or later, I'm gonna get totally destroyed if I stay here. For the moment, I'm kind of safe because I told you, your armor on the turret is just great. But my armor is not gonna be useful if I'm getting wrecked by the whole enemy team. So unfortunately, I decided cowardly to go out of my way, just leaving my teammates alone because there is nothing I could have done. It's better to just let them die and be able to do something post-battle rather than trying to fight, be brave about it, and just get your ass clapped. So there we go, we are escaping and we are trying to take some distance. Why am I doing this? Because, as I already told you, you have a great DPM. And this great DPM is about to show its power right now. Because now you see that there is the T-110 GMC that is spotting the other guys for us. And it's gonna allow to destroy pretty much everything in front of us, but you're gonna see how hilarious it is. Do not try to be a hero by staying with the rest of your team. Usually you should go like I did here. When you see that it just sucks and you're gonna lose the side, or you're about to lose the side, just go somewhere else. And you saw maybe something interesting here. Instead of going on my cap circle, they all decided to go on the other side of the map. And this is some great news, because if I keep my distances, I should be able to snap my shells without getting spotted. And obviously, if it's the case, we are gonna have a lot of fun. I want to remind you, not nearly, you do have above 3000 DPM, which is enormous in this game, and it's about to show. So now you see that I could go back with the rest of my team. I decided to stay alone because I was not expecting all of them to go on me. Yes, there is this poor E100, but it's not going to be a problem. We are going to try to hide, but there is something about the E100 that makes it totally broken in this game. It's its penetration. We do not have the possibility of bouncing such a tank. And in these kind of scenarios, you need to adapt. And how do you do that? By face hugging the E100. And basically face hugging a lot of things in this game, or side hugging, will definitely help you. For the simple reason that you have an impressive armor profile on the turret. And if you stick your tank to the enemy, not only is he not going to be able to shoot anywhere else than the main part of the turret, which is the most armored, but at the same time, it will just allow you to do your damage and farm someone. Unfortunately, it doesn't work all the time, as you can see. I feel like this E100 was using gold shell, because in order to just snap me like that, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit weird. But not a problem. Now the E100 is trying to rush on me. We are hoping to get a shot on the side of the turret, but as he killed someone in my tank, I totally couldn't. Not a problem. We go for the side hugging. This is the tactic I was talking about. Backward, frontward, backward, frontward. At the same time, we see that the E100 is losing some of its space armor, because in this game, yes, you can destroy the space armor of your opponents. And yeah, it just works. I mean, the E100 can't do anything here because he only sees my turret without even seeing the weak spots. And he's just gonna die this way. There is nothing he can do. So come on, side hugging once again. We are going for a shot on the weak spot, and as soon as possible going around that fella. There we go. We're gonna finish him off before he turns his turret, and boom, thank you, see you later, alligator. And we focus on another target. Unfortunately, you saw that I took a shot from the T-62M, and I'm not trying to stay here. I feel like if he went for a gold shell or anything like that, I would just get destroyed. So instead, we are pulling back to a safe cover, and we are gonna wait for them to show. And how do we do that? By taking some distance and once again hiding ourselves in a bush. He can't spot us right now because obviously we are too far. And it shows because he doesn't even try to do anything against me. I see the T-62M, I want to get my revenge, and what happened, I do not know. Seriously, if someone could explain to me how this one bounced, I don't have a clue. Not a problem. T-62M, IS-4, we see all of them. They are focusing on my last friend on the other side. Unfortunately, as I'm a one-shot, I'm not gonna try anything stupid. I'm just gonna camp here, because if I try something else, I would just get wrecked. So there we go. Sniping the T-62M. Maybe that we could go for another one. No, we can't. And now I'm gonna do something a little bit stupid. I tried to sneak a shell on the IS-4, knowing that I had 1 chance out of 3 to penetrate it. It's kind of dumb, even and specifically knowing that I only have 5 penetrating shells left. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, just appreciate that shot that allowed us to go to more than 10,000 damage. It's just great, and I felt great about it, to be fair with you, as I did it. And it's gonna climb, it's gonna climb, it's gonna climb. But yeah, things are gonna get a little bit sassy here. We go for a shot on the T-62M, we try to hide, we get spotted, and now that sucks. We are a one-shot, we only have 2 shells in the magazine, and if I miss a single one, it's over. It's over, and he went for the cupola on the turret, because you are not an invincible tank, to be fair with you. At close range, if the people in front of you know that you have a weak spot located, I'm going to show you just right there. well, it's just over and you are gonna get clapped, which just happened. But even if this replay showed a loss, we still did 10,000 damage. And to be honest with you, I feel like you could also get such kind of damages simply over the fact that the T-62M is, in my opinion, the best medium that there is in this game actually. Maybe that in the future we'll get more stuff like they implemented the 112 2 or 3 days ago. But for the moment, truly, if you are looking for the best medium out there, go for the T-62M, even if the rest of the grind is going to be pretty painful because of your penetration. But do not worry, the reward is definitely worth it. So hopefully you enjoyed, you learned how to play the T-62M in Tank Company. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like and share, and in the comments, tell me what tank next you want me to review, and hopefully I will answer your demands. See ya!